rules is mandatory, okay? If you don't run Moss and you don't get protested, I'm not gonna ask for the Moss. I.e., as long as the other team doesn't ask for you to turn in your Moss, nothing is gonna happen if you're not running it. However, you said, oh, it's been like 8 tournaments that you've played with me. I know you don't cheat. Thing is, on a purely technical standpoint, nothing would prevent you of just firing up a Moss tonight, even if it's been 2 months since you've been in the competitions, and even if you have a clean track record so far. So if you don't want to run it, it is at your own risks. But I'm not gonna not start the game till you start up the Moss. So it is up to you, but I highly encourage you to play with it. Echo is dirty, by the way. Echo is going to be banned as long as the glitch is still affecting him. As far as I know, it still is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But one thing is for sure, it is going to be banned, or he is going to be banned for the remainder of this week, because some other games have been played with him being banned, and I couldn't have a different set of rules for different games in the same tournament. So if he was to be fixed next week he would be allowed, but for the remainder of this week, at the very least, I cannot allow him for, say, reasons. Okay, yeah, so he's going to remain banned for the next week, but eventually he's going to get fixed, and that's how I'm going to approach debanning him when the time comes. So, yeah, basically, whenever you're ready, once again, reminding you about Moss, and whenever you're ready, we're good to go.
On est ready, mon beau petit Yann, petit amour.
All right, MishMash, you said you're ready as well, right? All right, well, you know the drill. Villa has been selected. Good. Good luck, have fun, and may the best team win. Au revoir.
Echo, il est-tu ban?
Echo est ban, ouais, Echo est ban, je l'ai dit en anglais.
Ouais.
Como estás, por favor?
By the way,
Et en place
your
espagnol?
Yeah?
your stream thing is still in the best of 3.
I know.
Just why?
I thought you were gonna bring something up that was say urgent before we actually start the game. So.
Oh no, just.
Okay, so Phoenix are gonna get the orange team. That also hadn't been updated, and we are going to change that as being a best of 1 also. Yes.
Oh, and they don't have their names.
Did you?
Up top. No, but like on the on your overlay.
Oh, no, because I'm not using the map and source, which displays the names. That's typically a console thing, because on consoles they cannot update the names. But that's not too big of an issue because I have written them down in the actual game settings. So I want to talk about the bans. Montang is going to be our first ban. Do you think it is a good ban, a weak ban, or how is it going to affect, say, Villa, MishMash? They knew absolutely who they wanted to ban. That countdown jumped to 3, 2, 1, not just once but twice. They know immediately who they want to get rid of. That's going to be Thatcher and Pulse. But if I was to get back to Montang real quick, like, as a shield, he's good in narrow and confined spaces. A good example of that will be on Clubhouse on the catwalk. Because you cannot, outflank him. The catwalk is pretty narrow. But here, I don't see this kind of, say, advantage situation due to the map layout being too evident. So he would have to play it basically by skill and that kind of good stuff. But still, I don't think Montang would be the best ban out there. What are your opinions on that?
In study, he can just straight up block the study aviation doorway, so that can be very promising for the attack team. Just going to put maybe an exothermic charge, or something that can open up the wall, so it just blocks off one doorway. But other than that, I mean, there's really no other uses except for maybe one that I'm not thinking of. Maybe like in kitchen, in when you come in the kitchen by the how can I say this? The little closet with the washing machines and stuff.
Defenders, protect your bomb.
I'm sorry, I just didn't listen to you too quick. There's Callie, because the players we're talking in game is. Kali is allowed. I don't know if you're trolling me, but Kali has been allowed for quite some time. Yana and Oryx too, by the way. I'm not sure if they were trolling me, but yeah, them talking about Kali being banned and needing to TK Kali. I just wanted to make sure that didn't happen because that would have been an unfortunate beginning to the game. So
Yeah.
I am so sorry for cutting you off so abruptly, but what were you saying? Let's get back. Let's get back to that.
Honestly, oh yeah, the if you want to maybe plan from in kitchen when with it from the little closet with the washing machines and stuff, maybe you
Yeah.
can use the Monty to maybe block off just a little part of the site so that maybe the thermite or the diffuser carrier can actually plan behind the Montang.
True. Yeah. He's still a good, say, support operator, but his offensive capabilities, like I talked about on Clubhouse, are not going to be easy to reciprocate or to recreate on such a map. One thing I do want to point out is the fact that Phoenix Rebirth, they seem to be fairly passive. Like, all 5 of them are on bomb site, which would technically make this a turtle strategy. MishMash, they have inserted through the master bedroom area, and they have yet to make contact with the enemy. You know, when you have over 2 minutes to attack the bomb site itself, things would usually look really good for you. That is item number 1, and item number 2, a full turtle strategy is usually not too likely to succeed, right? There's only a very select bomb sites in the entire game that make it fairly easy to defend by having 5 players on bomb site and none of them roaming. So, oh, that missile is just gonna get shot down, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not too sure as to what that's gonna give, but this is gonna be Hibana's first X-Kairos going to be destroyed. That grenade could deal some damage, but it's not going to be too massive. So all in all, things are still looking pretty good. But the second grenade is going to prevent the bandit tricksing, and therefore X-Ray has already opened up the line of sight into the bomb site itself. You still have to get the kills by using that angle, but slowly but surely the defenders are falling, right? Already a 3v5 situation, and over a minute remaining on the clock. That is pretty huge, actually.
You're in a situation of 2v3, not counting the player down. 2v2 here situation. Gibby is down. Unfortunately, it's gonna be X-Ray and Tony against Elios and Yeet. I love his name, by the way. 55 seconds left to the round. They're gonna try to open up one of the walls outside of Aviator and Games in study, of course, but they're gonna try to do that. Maybe it's blocked or something. Yeah, it's blocked by the mute jammer, unfortunately for Hibana. Here, Elios and Yi just holding off the site, both on drones. Yeet, who's gonna get actually the kill from Gibby, who was downed previously in the round.
Yeah, he just bled out.
Yeah, here Elios is gonna get Yeet, who's actually gonna get the kill on Tony. Well, sorry, X-Ray is gonna down Yeet. X-Ray here is gonna get no smoke damage?
He's not taking smoke damage. I thought he's just gonna, you know, tough it out, take some damage, and get the diffuser down. But no, that was a failure. However, the smoke is gonna make it so that Elios can revive his teammate. Why is he not doing so? That is taking a huge risk. He's taking some damage. You know, he might still want to revive him, but trying once and twice and canceling it out every single time is going to be time costly, and time is a luxury Phoenix Rebirth no longer really have. X-Ray is holding it side angle, but just like that, he's now in a 1v2 situation. One player could defuse as the other one peeks, and that could be the end of it. Why are they not defusing? Okay, they have to do it now, and they get the kill. That revive was close, was quite a risk, but it ended up working pretty well in the end. Phoenix Rebirth are going to win the first round by the skin of their teeth. So it was a pretty close round, but at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is the fact that they were able to win it out.
Indeed, here could have been a super good strategy if if maybe the smoke actually lies down with the shotgun and the Jaeger just straight up starts to defuse. I mean, the shotgun can do like what 140 HP just straight up like that. So maybe that could have been a little less time consuming. And I mean, that's just my personal opinion on what could have gone down and be a little more advantageous. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a very nice round still for Phoenix Rebirth, but it could have gone maybe a lot better if they didn't get double fragged by the sledge, the Doc and the Bandit, who are Doc, super good operator to gain back some health from, and well, Bandit, super good MP5, can just absolutely destroy in a 1v1. So I mean, a fragger and a ACOG basically.
I just want to point out your attention. Bandit doesn't have the MP5. He has the MP7.
Oh, MP7. Yeah, my bad.
It's only a 2-digit difference, but we're talking about a totally different gun.
Different gun, yeah.
Also, it is gonna be totally out, or it's totally, out of the scope of what we were talking about. But as a fun little anecdote, so MishMash, they have a predominantly blue logo, and Phoenix Rebirth have a predominantly orange logo, which makes it so if you were to look at the overlay, the logos kind of blend in pretty well. I mean, I could just toss it in a different style to change this up, but I just wanted to bring this ultimately irrelevant detail to your attention. It's kind of funny to have them camouflage. And another detail I want to talk about, I haven't seen it yet, but we are supposed to have a live CG talking or promoting the new Twitter we have just launched literally yesterday, once every 5 minutes, so roughly once every other round. So if in like 3 or 4 rounds you haven't seen it once, let me know, because at that point it would probably indicate that something isn't working right. If we were finally to talk about the round at hand, we are going to be seeing a defense of the kitchen area, which is something that would be highly unexpected, and the situation, or throwing the attackers off might be working pretty well in theory. However, in practice, by design or by sheer luck, MishMash did have a pretty good composition to attack that bomb site, right? You did have the Sledge to play verticality, Sophia, Nomad to cut off the roamers if you're at the statue's room, right? Roamers can be a huge deterrent. So all in all, I don't see Phoenix Rebirth in practice winning too great of an advantage by going in the supposed tertiary bomb site right at the second round.
Here Linux, who's gonna actually take a lot of damage, but actually is going to be able to put a beautiful C4 on the Sledge. So that, and Kenny now getting killed. So pretty much two fraggers who's getting killed. Dirty with the double frag here, Give Me Birth and Elios, who's gonna get shut down while Nidix is going to do the refragger on Dirty. Tony, sorry, just gonna be starting to push the downstairs stairs. I don't know why. Maybe he saw somebody. I mean, illusions happen.
Yeah, there's no roamer down there. Either he's working on misinformation. Oh gosh, twice in a row, Gosha. So yeah, Gosha would be the roamer that he was likely looking for. But he is really short on intel if he actually thinks that your vigil is going to be in the basement area. With the ping now, the pre-fires are going to be pretty easy, but unfortunately no kill is going to occur, leaving us with X-Ray with very low health. He is going to be really easy to kill, and just like that, this is going to be a frag and refrag situation. Phoenix Rebirth basically using the numerical advantage at, to their fullest advantage. Sounds redundant, but it's basically the single reason as to why they won out the round, which is going to be a pretty good start for Phoenix Rebirth.
Here goes in the chat just saying sleep tight. Oof, that's basically just a good night right there.
That's basically a GN right there, yeah.
But feels bad. But yeah, I mean, that one too was a very nice round here for the Phoenix Rebirth. Maybe, I mean, we see a lot of turtle here from Phoenix Rebirth. They stay pretty much all on site, except for Gosha, who was the Vigil, who is now the Cav. So, I mean, are they going to stay like that, stay turtle, and let all the territory of all the territories here in the map just going to just let the MishMash actually take all the territories and take the advantage of maybe going upstairs when you're in the downstairs site, or just opening up the floor. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
After having won 2 rounds in a row, Phoenix Rebirth's choices of bomb site are going to be severely limited. They could have gone either here or in reading room, so it's going to come to no surprise that statues is going to be the chosen defense. And if they were trying to throw MishMash off guard last round, it is highly unlikely to work out this time around. So let's see, with full knowledge of what's going to happen, how well MishMash are going to be to fend off for themselves, because so far the rounds have been extremely close, right? I mean, MishMash could have won either one of those. It just so turns out that they didn't. At the end of the day, like I said, points don't care about how narrow your margin was when winning the round. But I would totally expect MishMash to win a round pretty quickly, even though it's pretty close. Phoenix, they're not going to win like 7-0, right? So maybe this one's going to be the right one. However, we can see that Phoenix are also innovating and making their absolute best to, you know, keep the upper hand. This time, you're going to see a roamer in the basement area.
Yeah,
With a bit of luck. With a bit of
Wow.
luck, Gosha will be able to surprise them. There's no Jackal who could figure out his position.
Located by attackers.
So I see it has some potential, but at the meantime, he's playing it quite passively. So if he waits too long, or if he doesn't come up at the right time, he could have very little impact on the game.
I mean, Gosha is pretty much going to take a chance here. Unfortunately, Kenny was not going to be able to put out some damage. Kenny could have done very, very big damage here. He actually sees the head of the dog and actually is going to get the kill. I'm sorry, not dog, but
A bomb has been located.
On Yeet.
Jaeger. Yeah. So unfortunately here for Yeet is going to get the frag while Dirty is going to get refrag and Tony getting the frag on Linux. Gosha with a double kill, the double cav shotgun kill. So it's gonna be pretty much a huge difference now in this round. He's gonna put his team in a 3v2 situation with 1 minute and 12 seconds closely left on the clock. So they are still the MishMash is still able to come back. I mean, it's 2v3, but
Oh yeah, they have over a minute, or they have just around a minute to do so. So they can still drone, rotate, or all around figure out what they want to do, and you know, take a moment to think about the current situation of the game and figure out the right thing to do next. And that's going to translate into an actual kill, leaving us with a 2-2 situation, but the health pool is going to be hugely favoring the attack, right? Gosha is pretty lit, even though, you know, you only need one hit point worth of health to have your gun up and to be able to kill your opponents. He is still going to be a very weak opponent. Give Me Birth doing as much damage as possible without exposing himself with the Evil Eyes, with the impact grenade. But at the end of the day, a gun just works so much better, and he shows us that with an absolutely beautiful double kill right here. This is how you want to end games. This is the kind of final kill cams you want to showcase to the opponents to intimidate them, right? Once again, the 2-2 situation could have gone both ways. But
I mean,
it just so happens that, you know, Yeet and his teammates were able to prevail once more.
you give me birth with the absolute pre-fire of the year. Just
yeah.
So the ratatata on the attack team. Here, I mean, Hibana could have done a lot of very big damage. I mean, a lot of damage if you let me rephrase that. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. She could have put her team in a 1v1, but no, just the Maestro, absolute beautiful pre-fire. It just completely annihilated both of the attackers coming out of the bathroom.
Okay, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I'm kind of starting to doubt myself. Are we actually going to see like a 7-0 situation? No matter how close the rounds are, Phoenix Rebirth, somehow they just manage to pull ahead every single time. So at this point, let's just turn the question upside down. Why has MishMash not won a single round? Even if it's not simply by dumb luck.
I mean, it's very unlikely, honestly. But MishMash, we know they're very powerful in defense. They have a lot of different strats for every bomb site. But do they have a lot of different ones for here in Villa? That's going to be the pretty much the main talk point in the 3 next rounds.
Where exactly is this? Okay, it's in the middle basically of the 90 hallway. Or of that, say, alcove in the corridor. Because I was wondering, it could have been directly beneath the window, which would have made sense if somebody wants to rappel in. But as it were, I was confused. Sorry for that distraction. You were saying that maybe they don't have too many good strats on attack, and once they start defending, the table may turn, which we have absolutely seen last game, by the way. Once again, if you just jumped into the stream, we have had a previous game before that one. As far as this specific stream is concerned, it was on the very same map, and as soon as the role swap occurred, the team that was losing, though by a very narrow margin, was able to bring it back, you know, by a landslide. So yes, this map seems to be defense-sided, and that might be one of the factors as to why MishMash is losing. And once again, since the narrow is so small, with the tiniest of advantage, they could start winning round after round after round.
I mean, you had your Phoenix Rebirth with the absolute pretty much domination in the round wins. I mean, it's already 3 wins here for the Phoenix. Oh, the unfortunate bad timing here for giving birth. Unfortunate, he could have done a lot of damage here if
That can be
he
huge.
did yeeted.
Oh no, he did not notice Sophia till it was too late. How unfortunate, because he could have had a double kill right here. Now it's Kenny who basically can get a double if he peeks correctly here. The pre-first from Yeet are going to review his position. He's not going to be able to translate that into an actual frag. Nonetheless, the actual situation still favors MishMash, right? They do have the numerical advantage with a minute remaining on the clock. Kenny's going to get another kill. He has a triple and only 3 attackers are dead so far. He could technically get the ace. So let's stick to his POV, because apparently that's where the action's at. The defenders are kind of stuck on the other bomb sites. They can still possibly deny a plant, especially considering that you have a smoke on the composition, but it's going to be somewhat unlikely, right? They're going to be receiving pressure from Gibby here, seems to be coming in behind them, and the wall bang is going to occur, but that's not going to be your final kill cam, I want to say. No, it is going to be the final kill cam. Kenny got a kill at the very same moment, but Gibby apparently was the second one, and that's the thing. You know how high the head is, you know how fast a player can run, and as such, you can plot his course and get a nice wall bang as a final kill cam. That is basically going to be the MishMash team cutting their losses or stopping the bleeding. They were losing, you know, too many rounds, and at some point, the more rounds you're trailing behind, the harder the eventual comeback is going to be. So, you know, being down 2 points is still a net disadvantage. But it's not as dire as if that round had went the other way, and it's not as dire as if we had seen a 0-4 scoreline, right? So I think this is one of the best news possible you could have hoped for if you are a MishMash fan, which arguably most of the chat seems to be.
I like your observations. I mean, here we just saw the Valkyrie here missing both of the shots. It's unfortunate, but it could have been very, very promising to just a little double kill. Could have turned, I mean, the Phoenix Rebirth is pretty much round around. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but you know, it happens. The human makes errors. So no, the mystic is human. Yeah.
Yeah, human error.
Yeah, human error, exactly. So, I mean, Phoenix Rebirth, who's gonna lose his first round? Yeah, but
On a soft wall? Really?
yeah, I mean, hey,
On a
I'm
soft
not
wall?
sure it's a good idea.
I mean, for example, any breaching chart now can get rid of the evil eye. If he was to simply put it, I mean, on the floor in the middle of the corridor, at least it would be impervious to those breaching charges. It's one of the easiest things to do. I mean, not even Hibana can take it out at this point. Though arguably you already have like 3 operators in their current composition that could take out the evil eye. It is unlikely that it would actually survive, but still, it is a poor choice, if I do say so myself. Tony being quite aggressive with the vertical play. If he was able to take giving birth out of the picture pretty early on, that would be huge utility-wise, right? It doesn't appear like the kill is going to end up happening, but verticality is definitely at the top of MishMash's list. Kenny with the breaching charges, with also the impact nades as soon as he's gonna be out of breaching charges, like right about now. The defenders are receiving so much pressure that there are so many different angles behind which you could hide. You know, the table, the desk, this, that. But with the ceiling above being breached, they can no longer hunker down behind those pieces of cover. And this is going to be making the defense of the bomb site itself so much more difficult, kind of making it really important for the roamers to be extra successful in their endeavors. But the problem is, no roamer is challenging the attackers. Gosha is roaming, I don't know, he's maybe just holding an angle given the current state of things, but he's just in the basement area. He's not attacking MishMash, and you are unlikely to deny the plant of the diffuser from underneath. That nitro cell is going to be quite nice. But at the end of the day, yeah, he's just going to be refragged pretty much immediately. I don't see that round going Phoenix Rebirth's way, given the current state of things. Even though they're still technically the masters of the bomb site, it should be fairly easy for MishMash to flush them out. As I say this, Yeet is going to go down. Elios, last player alive in a 1v4 situation. Smoke can shut down a few entryways. Oh, and that shotgun, he's unfortunately going to miss. He's going to miss a second time. He deserved that death at this point. MishMash, as such, will be the uncontested champion of that round. Unlike some previous ones, you could have said it could have gone both ways. You know, a lucky shot, a lucky wallbang won the round. Not this time. This was won by a landslide.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't hear the first minute and a half you talk because you were just slanging out. So I'm just gonna pretend I know what you're saying. But for the last minutes, I mean, it was very, very how could I say this? MishMash completely destroyed Phoenix Rebirth in that round. I mean, MishMash just completely overruled the sides and pretty much the top. I mean, it was completely open. No defenders could actually go and hide somewhere. So are they going to continue and push like that, or unfortunately are they going to maybe ruin their momentum and let the Phoenix Rebirth actually win around?
It would remain to be seen, and you didn't say this expressively, but it was implied. This is the last round before the rules swap, so it's the last round where Phoenix Rebirth would have the, I want to say, intrinsic advantage of defending. So that round for them could be huge. Like having the 4-2 scoreline would be a great comfort, knowing that they're going to have a harder time winning the rounds right after this one. However, I had not actually acknowledged that, but after having won Aviation at round number 4, so 2 rounds ago, they went in the dining area, and they could have gone statues. So at this point, I believe that dining and kitchen would be their, say, unironic secondary bomb site. They didn't go there to throw MishMash off a second time, because that wouldn't have worked, right? They really do prefer defending there, and it just goes to show of how important the advantage of surprise is. It worked out the first time they went, but not the second time around. And speaking of which, the strategy seems to be evolving or depending on what MishMash did last time they went there. Like, you had an IQ playing the verticality, I believe. Or am I confusing this game with the last one? But you're going to have some roamers, roaming around in the bottom floor. But this time, MishMash will not be contesting this bottom area.
Honestly, you're lagging out again, but so maybe
really?
it's maybe it's something on my part, because it doesn't seem to be lagging like on the parsec. As I'm saying this, Elios who's going to get the first kill on Tony, Gibby going to get absolutely yeeted off by an impact nade, while the first C4 is going to get thrown, and here Gibby.
Oh no, Kenny the potatoes! He took way too much damage in that gunfight. That's unfortunate.
You're dirty with the refrag on Elios. It's just a 3v3 situation with only 1 minute and 23 left on the clock. Are they going to be able to come back from this? Probably not. That's what we are going to see here. The Jaeger here, I think it's Linux, yeah, who's gonna refrag dirty. He's gonna put himself and his team in a 3v2 situation.
So, just like this feels reminiscent of previous rounds. They can still totally make this, right? They're only down a man, and that's gonna be negated as Kenny gets a kill. They still have, a lot of time remaining on the clock. 50 seconds is a lot if you want to drone out, if you want to know where the defenders are, what to do next. Hibana could open up another Walsey study, for example, since there's not gonna be a Bandit or a Arcade or a Mute in the composition. So they still have a lot of, say, opportunities or different ways of going at it. But they're gonna have to make an execute, and that is just gonna fall flat. Rebirth once again with the double kill. That Maestro and his Alda knows what's up, and he knows how to use it to its best, to its fullest potential. That's gonna be a second final kill cam with a double kill for him.
Indeed, it's gonna be very, a very nice kill cam here. But is he he's actually going to put himself and put his team in a 4-2 situation. And
Yes.
it's honestly it's going to be very not life changing but game changing here for the Phoenix Rebirth. So are they going to be able to hold that little cushion of safety down, or are they unfortunately going to lose
Bomb has been located.
the
The
cushion,
advantage.
the safety rounds, yeah, as I like to call them, the two rounds that are there pretty much for safety, I guess, if something happens. So are they going to be able to hold that off, or unfortunately lose them in the role swap?
If I was to be honest, I think it's quite likely they're going to lose them. Like we said, these teams are pretty close, are pretty tied, and now MishMash is going to have the same map advantage. And therefore, Phoenix could likely lose the, say, rounds that they currently have compared to MishMash. But if you were to look at this round right here, we're going to be seeing a Statue's defense. And that's quite interesting to say that as a team, Phoenix never wins Statues, not even once. We have rarely, actually, if ever, seen a team that is so shy about going on that bomb site. So basically, MishMash, show us what you've got, because Phoenix, they've not shown us what to expect coming off of that particular area. Even when they were kitchen, they weren't roaming in these statues, you say, portion of the map. So maybe they really are advert to that area, and as such, I don't know why they never went there, but they're gonna be forced to face their demons since MishMash decided to pick that defense. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I feel like Phoenix are likely to be somewhat hesitant about their push here.
I mean, yeah.
Come on, you're gonna get this.
Yeet, just absolutely not yeeting down the barricade. It's the first round, the first kill, sorry, Give Me Birth, who's actually going to be roaming hard, well, pushing hard, now getting refragged by Dirty in Aviator. So it's gonna do a 1-to-1 kill ratio. It's gonna take down the Mute, who isn't particularly good for killing, sorry, but he still has a C4. And does he have a C4?
Yeah, he does have a C4.
Oh, okay, all right. So
oh no, that flashbang. Oh no, that's unfortunate.
That double flashbang here. Tony's gonna get killed by Gosha, who's actually going to take a little bit of damage. It's going to put here the Phoenix Rebirth in a 4v3 situation. Here the impact nade is actually going to be thrown, and is gonna actually get the 2 exothermic charge from Thermite. Is gonna destroy them. It's unfortunate here for the Thermite, who's not actually going to be able to open up that wall, and is going to put the attackers here with no entry points as such, as big as maybe a wall opening.
Wait.
But that's very unfortunate here for the MishMash.
Dirty was the one looking at Master's bedroom, and now that he's looking at the red stairs, that means Lynx could just walk right in. That bomb site is basically open. Granted, you couldn't plant the diffuser just like that. You'd still need pretty good cover, but that is a huge weakness, a huge opening in the defense, which MishMash absolutely, or Phoenix rather, absolutely capitalized on, leaving us with Kenny in a 1v4 situation. He does not even get a single kill, and Phoenix Rebirth is going to win round number 7. So unlike what we believed in, they are still winning their rounds. Let's see if it holds for another 2 rounds, because if it does, they are going to be seeing a swift, or they're going to be causing a swift end to that match. Swift end, which I personally would not have expected.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I mean, we talked about this previously. The MishMash, who's very strong and also very, how could I say this? Who's very, yeah, exactly, efficient time-wise. I mean, they don't waste any seconds going maybe to a bomb site or just preparing their strat. They don't waste a second, and they are always ready on time. And now it doesn't look like the MishMash is actually like there tonight. Maybe they're having a bad game or something, but it doesn't look like they're there as such.
It doesn't look like them, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I do get what you mean. here, let me just indulge in my personal curiosity for half a second, because I am going to ask, or I'm going to look up the standings and see how those two teams compare to one another, because we did see, I believe, yeah, so Phoenix Rebirth, they have only lost their games so far. MishMash, they do have a victory under their belt, which would in theory, you know, make them the bigger team, though not by far, right? Obviously, single victory. So this is not the kind of game I would have expected. MishMash, who came extremely close, the two games they've lost, they lost in overtime, so you know, it doesn't matter why or how you lost, but it was still pretty close. They could have had those victories. They could be literally 3-0 right now. Whereas Phoenix Rebirth, they have suffered some pretty humiliating defeats, to be honest, in their previous games. As unfortunate as it is, this is why I am really, I want to say astonished, but definitely surprised by the current state of things. And the spectator's POV seems to be broken because I don't believe the drone shot that wall down. So let's just take a look at the rest of the attack. We are not going to be seeing a statue's defense. If the casual observer would think, hey, reinforced walls, hey, a few jammers, but those are just pieces of utility to support the roaming itself. So it is going to be a lot of resources being poured into the statuary room, which are going to be notably absent from the bomb site themselves. So let's see how it pans out. Yep.
Give me Birth, who's actually going to be get C4'd here. The IQ, unfortunately, getting killed here. She's a very powerful operator. Yeet with the absolute beautiful, well, not beautiful, but a nice kill here on Dirty. So we're gonna be left with one roamer here on this round. So are they still going to be able to waste some time here? Gibby downstairs. I saw the name and I'm like, no, it's beautiful opportunity, and just Gibby.
Why don't we just say yeet every single time? Okay, okay. Here's a really unironic question to the stream, to the chat. Do you guys want us to be like extra serious, or just to have some fun? Because if you want us to have fun, I don't want to say this as if I was trying to guilt trip, but if you want us to take this a bit more lightly, saying yeet gets a double, that would be, I believe, laugh-inducing.
Yeah, it could be very fun. Oh, unfortunately, Linux, who's gonna get absolutely shut down by Kenny. Kenny's gonna take a little bit of HP, around 85. We're still going to be able to get the double kill on Elios, but it's gonna get refragged here by Yeet.
Yeet.
And Yeet, who's going to be yeeted in a 1v3 situation with only 20 seconds left in the round. If I'm not mistaken, we have still 2 C4s remaining, or 1 C4 remaining. Yes, Gibby.
Yeah, Tony has expended his utility.
Here the crossfire.
Yeah, that was not gonna happen.
Tony and the Meister here in a crossfire, an absolute beauty of bullets. Just getting shot at Yeet. So Phoenix Rebirth, really, I'm really impressed by them. Just absolutely, pretty much, I mean, dominating here the MishMash Gaming, who we know is very powerful. So honestly, I really have no words.
So that losing this particular round would have been disastrous for MishMash Gaming. Imagine the 2-6 scoreline. A comeback would have been virtually impossible at this stage. Seeing the 3-5 scoreline is still pretty intimidating. I mean, they slip up once and they're in a match point situation. It's not as if they were backs against the wall, but they're literally a step away from that situation. And they still are lagging behind, 2 rounds, as we've seen so far. MishMash haven't shown themselves as being capable of winning 2 rounds in a row to, get the scoreline back to an equilibrium state, and then to keep on winning to hypothetically take the lead. So they are resisting as much as they can, but ultimately, if they're not able to produce some, say, wild results or to innovate drastically on whatever they've been doing so far, I feel like they're just dragging out the inevitable. Once again, MishMash, at this point, I expect Phoenix to win, so you have to surprise us and not the other way around.
10 seconds to go.
You caught me in a very bad moment. I was yawning, but I was like, "Oh, finish your yawn, boy." But yeah, I mean, I totally agree with your point on Mishmash. I mean, we totally expected them to win this match. Not that we're being biased, but that we know how they play, and
The numbers don't
it's not
lie.
yeah, it's not how they normally play. I mean, they're being aggressive like they usually are, but they're not
Bomb located by
doing
attackers.
their one-on-ones successfully, and that's honestly very surprising. So don't get us wrong, we're not biased, we're just very surprised.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
We saw Linux, sorry, trying to basically insert here on his own. Ilios is going to be there covering him, but they are still going to be facing a greater number of roamers in that general area. So if they do want to rush in through the study, they're going to be facing down a few different barrels of a few different defenders' guns, which would put them at a disadvantage. But just unlike last time, we're going to be seeing a statue's defense, but just like last time, we're going to be seeing a lot of reinforcement and a lot of utility being poured down basically to cover your roamers, making it so that it's going to be extra hard for Linux and Ilios to push in from that particular area. Basically, we're going to be seeing a, I want to say, 4v3 situation for the bomb site itself. And all in all, the potential, the potential to waste time here is absolutely extraordinary. You're not going to be shutting down the hard breaching capabilities of the attackers. A flurry of kills, already a 2v5 situation. Okay, it's not going to be a flawless round. That's the very least of it. Yeet is holding an angle. I don't expect him to get pushed. He is going to get pushed just as he stands up. Oh no, Linux! I cannot even switch to your POV, and you're already dead. MishMash Gaming. Fighting tooth and nail to stay alive and to stay in the game, and so far it is working.
You have a very good timing of getting me on the yawns. Here, wait, what? Oh yeah,
MishMash won.
Yeah, I was like, wait, they really won again and put themselves in a how can I say this, match point situation? But no, here MishMash Gaming, who's gonna be able to win this round and stop the absolute fury fury of rounds one by Phoenix.
Yeah,
Phoenix Rebirth. So are they gonna still be able to continue that momentum, that starting momentum, or are they going to give the match point to Phoenix Rebirth, who are in a 5-4 situation round-wise?
So here, if I was to say, I did expect Phoenix to win the previous rounds, but I do expect them to win it even more so here, simply because this is going to be the tertiary bomb site, and as such, it is, by definition, harder to hold than the two previous ones that we've seen. MishMash, they won 2 rounds in a row, so they had no choice. But I mean, assuming they lose this round, and assuming history kind of repeats itself, Phoenix would be in a 6-4 scoreline, and then we go Aviation and Statues, and MishMash was just able to win all those 2 rounds again to put us in an overtime situation. So, once again, even though I think Phoenix are going to win this round, or even though Phoenix are looking likely to win this round, it does not bode too well for MishMash. Like we had said, they had not shown that they were able to win, a few rounds in a row back-to-back to bring it back up. Well, right now they have just done so, and therefore their odds of, at the very least, bringing this to overtime are looking really good.
Attackers have recovered their
Yeah, I mean, here MishMash, it's a not winner or die situation, but if they lose this, they're gonna be put against the wall and just pressure on, and that's when we let's say pretty much all the teams just fall apart, and there's so much pressure going to be there. And
Ilios.
I'm saying a lot of things right now. I'm not trying to say, but Ilios here, just holding an angle.
But he doesn't seem to realize that Kenny's right there. I mean, had Kenny been droned, I wouldn't expect Helios to be looking between his 2 feet at the floor like he is, because that is leaving him pretty... Like, if you're looking at the floor right here, you're not looking at the doorway, and Kenny could just walk right up to him. Right now, he is seemingly a bit more aware of his surroundings, which is a good sign. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was still a shotgun blast to the face. He is very lit, but ultimately the pressure has been halted, or the danger has been halted, and therefore he can dedicate all of his attention to getting a nice, clean headshot on Gibby, leaving us with a 3-5 situation. Phoenix Rebirth. Phoenix Rebirth are looking pretty good now.
Gibby and Kenny are going to be pretty much killed in a bad timing situation.
Yeah.
You're going to get Elios here. Only 50 HP of damage. It's gonna lose only 50 HP.
That's huge.
Tony with the kill on Yeet.
Another one.
Well, it's not the double, but it could have been. I mean,
he's really low on health though. Unfortunately, there's no dog in the area, so we're gonna be seeing a 2v4 situation. That is quite intimidating, right? But even though you don't have a smoke, Dirty with the Vulcan shields could, in theory, shut down a few different angles. That's gonna be a double kill, bringing it back down to a 2v2 situation. You can use the shield just like a mirror window with the final 1v1 firefight. Linux is gonna also get a double kill. Oh my lords! How many double kills have we seen in back-to-back? I mean, not total. How many back-to-back double kills have we seen this round? 3?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
wait.
Wow.
It was a twos. It was a twos game, not like a Tuesday or a twos round. We've seen double kills 3 times in a row, back to back to back.
Yeah.
If you look at the chat, you got the kill feed, right?
Yeah, here's a double kill, and then there's gonna be the Kaid with the double kill, the Legion. I mean, he's gonna get a pretty nice kill, but he's gonna let here the no ace. Oh, he can't just 6-pick. All right,
Yeah, because the players had
but
selected
here,
an ace. In the,
another double kill by the Kaid, and here another double kill by the Jackal, who's gonna finish the round in absolute beauty, 1v1. Here the other player. I mean, I always forget his name. I mean, the boom shield guy. I literally always forget his name, even in French. Goyo. I mean,
well, the name is pretty much the same in French.
I know, but even in French, like when I'm just speaking in French, normally I just forget his name. It's just. I mean,
at some point, there's so much utility in the game. So many gadgets, so many guns, so many operators, so many rooms, maps, names that you have to learn by heart because they're not written anywhere down. Like, I forget the name of the team because they change every other match. I'll just read at the top of the screen, right? But when I forget about an operator, a gadget's name, a gun, I just blank, and I know the feeling.
I mean, Goyo, it's like right now it's pretty much the only time in the night, like tonight, that I'm gonna know his name is Goyo. I'm just gonna go boom shield.
Mr. Boom Shield. Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much it.
Wait, what?
For Elios.
Don't hit escape. Don't hit escape. But yeah, who was he almost looking at? Oh, that must have been a Vulcan shield as well, right? No, that's not no Vulcan shield. Okay, because Goyo's not in composition. Wait, we're jumping back and forth a heck of a lot here, but Dirty is going to be extremely low on health. Was that ghost shot from the bottom floor? It must have been, and now he's going to be facing a roamer of his own. Is that Kenny running after him? That was Tony, but he's running actually away. So a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion in the map as a whole. And thing is, in chaos, it tends to get randomized. So if that round was to remain, chaotic and disorganized enough, a toss of the dice could even decide the outcome of that round. But for the time being, my prediction seems to be holding true. Phoenix were able to win it out at the bottom floor, but as soon as we go back upstairs, and that's going to be a new lie, MishMash will win their rounds back, and as such, the overtime situation looks ever more likely. I know a double kill can happen pretty quickly and negate the numerical advantage that MishMash has, but it yet has to happen.
I mean, yeah, here Dirty with, 1 or 2 HP left. Just a little observation. Everybody in the Mishmash Gaming here, Mishmash Gaming's name ends in Y's. Literally, I just realized that,
yeah.
and it's just very stupid, but it's just it's just something to check up on about. And like 3 of the 5 names are just really simple: Kenny, Tony, and Gibby.
You know what this makes me, what this makes me realize? If you want to make them rhyme, it is really super easy. Kenny, Tony, and Dirty getting a triple kill. Let's start a rap.
Elio's here with still 100 HP, and here getting pretty much crossfired in I can't figure out the name in English,
Study.
but en guillemets, but here Dirty with 1 HP left is gonna get the last kill of the round, and I mean it was just a very nice kill here for MishMash Gaming, who's going to take the win here, this round win, and is still in a match point situation against the MishMash Gaming, against them, but I mean, we've seen here a lot of potential here for the MishMash.
Indeed. I mean, at this point, both teams are on their own way, in their, in a different ways, but both teams are going to be back against the wall. Of course, if Phoenix Rebirth were to win the next round, it is going to be over. So I don't really have to go into too much detail about that. But if MishMash Gaming wins, it is going to be a 6-6 scoreline. It is going to be an overtime situation, and coming from there, there's not going to be an easy way to put an end to the game. You're gonna have to keep on going for a bit longer and face the actual overtime scenario. However, I do want to point one little thing out. It is now 9:30, and in theory, the next game is supposed to be starting right now. So I'm gonna let you cast, observe, and take care of that round, just for the time that it's gonna take me to type a message to the players and to tell them, yeah, let's just be patient, guys, or start the game without us. Which I hope they don't like to do. So, you have the mic.
Yeah, alright, so, well, here, very simple, as they say, preparation phase, is now ending. MishMash, who is gonna be thrown against the wall again in a match point situation. Phoenix Rebirth just still doing their attack strats, or if they have attack strats, they're gonna be. Oh my god, there's just so much else just going on right now in my head. Let's just say, MishMash has a very high chance of winning this. I mean, we've seen from the round history just absolutely dominating the Phoenix Rebirth here in attack. So are they going to be able to do that again and put themselves in an overtime situation, or are they unfortunately going to lose this round to the pressure of being thrown against the wall? X-Ray here, not taking any HP here from that nade. Lennox going very, how can I say this? Methodically taking the Maverick, and who's gonna try to Maverick trick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's gonna breach the wall this way, and here, I want to talk about that because I said, yeah, Phoenix Rebirth would likely, if we were to look at historical factors, lose the next round. But I am no longer as sure about that as I was previously, simply because Phoenix Rebirth, they have adapted quite well to the situation, right? You had X-Ray with the impact nades, always, impact tricksing the reinforced wall. So what would be the logical answer to that? Either chuck some nades through the same holes he's using to toss in his impact grenades, or use the Maverick. So they were able, without actually getting a kill, which in and of itself isn't the best thing ever, but they were still able to flush out basically Statue's room. And at this point, if you were to have a shield, Mountain is banned, granted, but still, if you were to have good cover, smoke cover, ying, any kind of stuff, you could, in theory, plant pretty quickly, and that is going to be attempted. Gaming Birth is not the bird of the diffuser, so he's basically going to be a bait, which seems to be working pretty good as we can see. There's going to be a kill and a refrag. Kenny. either you've been standing there and you didn't react till it was really late, or you just rotated here, and I don't know which is worse, because if you rotated, that means Phoenix were not watching that angle at all, and if he was really late to react, well, he was really late to react. So, all in all, Phoenix, they brought really good utility to the table, considering the task that was at hand. However, the actual execution seems to be quite poor. He never realized Legion was there. That's unfortunate, leaving us with Elos in a 1-3 situation. 5 seconds remaining on the clock. He gets a first kill. Will he plant Diffuser? That is going to be extremely risky, but he has to stick it out. 30 will also get a free kill. By doing so, MishMash officially kicking this into overtime.
It's a very nice round here for MishMash Gaming. I mean, the Phoenix Rebirth could have still won that round if, unfortunately, the Maverick didn't just go in to sight like that, headless. But I mean, it was still a very nice round. If I'm not mistaken, it was a 1-to-1 KD, like 5-5, 4-5, 4-4, etc. So it could have been really 50-50 here for both teams. But fortunately for the MishMash, they took it, and they're putting themselves in an overtime situation. 6-6.
So, at this point, one thing has been pretty clearly established. The team that defends tends to have the easier time, right? We've seen this. Phoenix Rebirth were defending, they were up 4-2 for the roll swap, and by having brought it back up 6-6, basically MishMash did the same thing once they were defending. So, you could argue that the team that's not going to be playing with the defensive role has the intrinsic advantage, and by extension, I have some bad news for Phoenix. It's a roll of dice. The team that starts on offense and by extension on defense in overtime has been selected at random by the game. But since there's not unlimited overtime, MishMash now would be likely to win the game. And if that was to happen, Phoenix Rebirth would have a 0-4, I want to say, scoreline for the season as a whole. And by virtue of having played basically a quarter of their game for in the season as a whole, they have so much fewer games to play that they could play to come back of, say, that disadvantage that they're currently going to be in, assuming they lose the game. So they are starting to fall into a ditch, and the longer you fall, the longer it's going to take you to climb back up, and eventually that season is going to come to an end. So yeah, Phoenix, if you lose this, I want to say your chances of making it to the playoffs are going to be really low, because other teams are not going to be waiting for you to come to come back, basically. But I mean, this is way into the future.
Yeah, I mean, you're really looking at the future right there, like you just said. But it's something to think about. I mean, if you're not paying attention to your win-loss, Tony, who's not gonna get droned out here, it's gonna be pretty much a Groundhog's Day here for the Mute last game. If you guys didn't know, the Mute was sitting right there, same situation, and he got a super beautiful double kill here. The first kill of Tony. He's gonna double kill. His head yeet is going to get yeeted out of existence by Tony. Give me birth with only like around 45 HP.
And he's not done yet. Like, I mean,
30 with the kill on Gosha is gonna put his team, the MishMash, in a 4v2 situation. 1 minute 27 left on the clock. Give me birth with around 40 HP in a 1v4 situation.
I mean, MishMash, they're kind of cursed. Their game's always going to overtime. This time, however, they are likely to be in a match point situation. Give me birth, of course, is going to be doing some noise by walking up the barbed wire. Is his position known, though? Because every defender is looking the other way. Oh, no, Gibby and Tony are coming back, so they probably know he's there. A camera somewhere must have spotted him. So, yeah, advantage of surprise likely has been lost here. He's going to be facing down a 1v4 situation. Did he get the first kill, by the way? Because if he did, that would make it so that it's not just in a glitch or a kick situation, but actually an ace or kick situation. The shotgun at that range. Ah, there was the evil eye. He never realized that. That's why.
The evil eye? There was an evil in the room?
Yeah, look at it on the left wall. Right there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize it myself.
Neither did I.
Good round here to the MishMash. I mean, the shotgun who's gonna get absolutely killer. who's gonna be killer in that situation here. A beautiful double kill by Tony on the replays. That was really a Groundhog's Day situation. We saw the exact same thing last game, and now the mute shotgun who's gonna absolutely destroy that termite. Boom, and there goes his 40 HP left.
Yep.
We're gonna see here Tony with the six pick on Blitz. Are they going to maybe rush? Oh my god, I'm having hiccups now.
Why would you play Blitz if you don't intend on rushing? Oh, and by the way, Phoenix, for the very first time ever, they're going to be defending the statue's room.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
So, okay, two things. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Why would you be playing Blitz if you don't intend to rush? I mean, it is not going to be the heads down rush that you would expect to see with, say, a Finka, a Dokbi, a Lion, and that kind of stuff. So, Tony might be playing Blitz as a supplement to Montaigne, because Montaigne has been banned out. Has been banned by Phoenix, by the way. So if Phoenix were to have been studying MishMash's previous games, well, then you could expect that maybe it was a target ban. I couldn't tell you for sure, but that is one of the distinct possibilities that we are going to have. Possibility number 2 is simply because he thought, specifically because they're going to be coming up with a different strategy which is going to involve a blitz. Like, I don't think he's going to be covering somebody that wants to plant like a Montaigne would be, right? He's not the poor man's Montaigne, or that's not how I expect MishMash to be playing him. But if we were to look at Phoenix Rebirth, once again, it is going to be their very first defense here that we have seen regarding this game. And now my question would be, were they truly afraid of going here? Or were they saving strats? Because if they were saving a really good strategy regarding that bomb site, this could be huge. I mean, what a better time to review your strat than in overtime, when you have to actually win the round now or never. If not, it's over. And if Gosha was to not be spotted out, he could have an easy kill on Tony.
Here, Blitz, who can be very powerful when the player knows how to play him.
Oh, absolutely.
Here, it's gonna be a 1v1 Gosha versus Tony, probably in a few seconds. No, unfortunately, Tony was just gonna go, I guess, in the 90 classical hall. So it's a missed opportunity to do a good kill. But if Tony didn't know there was a player there, and then it's unfortunate for him. Tony is going to be peeking his head around the corner of trophy entrance, while Elios is just looking at him. The flash is going to be flashing 3 of the attackers here on MishMash Gaming, and that's going to be very unfortunate. Gosha here coming out main entrance, just trying to the C4
Kenny!
that hasn't been exploded right away. Kenny, who could have died very easily to that C4, could have maybe did a double kill, or Tony could have gone away with a lot of HP. Tony with the first kill on Yeet. Here, the Blitz who's gonna take around a few HP of damage, while here Linux who's gonna be put down by Gibby. Dirty with only a couple HP remaining. It's looking good for MishMash. The double kill for Blitz.
Give me Birth in a 1v5 situation for match point. He's going to get Blitz down. That's going to be kill number 1. But Diffuser is currently being planted. And he's not even going to get another one down. MishMash, thanks to Gibby, winning out the game. It was a close game. We went in overtime. We didn't quite go to round number 15. And maybe, just maybe, well, Phoenix Rebirth, they really didn't like that bomb site. They had an interesting strategy, I want to say. Like, you could see Doc holding the narrow angle. He was covered. You had your Jaeger roaming downstairs in a somewhat unexpected area. But so were MishMash, right? They were able to innovate at the last round with Blitz, who was brutally effective. And look at the scoreline. I mean, 15, 14, and 12, if I remember correctly. That is huge.
Oh yeah, I mean, totally. 15, 14, and 12. It's probably never seen before. I've never seen it. It was pretty nice. I mean, that double kill on Blitz just absolutely destroyed the Phoenix Rebirth. I mean, it won them the round, and it did, yeah. The pretty much the match. I mean, Blitz, who's usually seen to be killed or maybe do a 1 kill and then getting refrag. But no, he was there till the last second until he got killed by the maestro here in aviation. Sorry, astronomy. But wow, very very interesting here to see. The Blitz getting pulled out, and then Gibby with the last kill.
You really do like to put some emphasis on the pronunciation there, don't you?
I have the meme in my head, just Gibby just falling. I don't know if you see the
It doesn't
meme.
ring a bell. I'm sorry, I don't know that.
Oh
you're
my
referring
gosh!
to.
Okay, it's
The chat
absolutely,
probably does though.
yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. I mean, we just see Gibby like falling down from the roof and just slapping his face on the ground while being shouted Gibby. And yeah, I'm gonna find it for you. It's so funny.
So we went in overtime. The score lines were 8-6. Let me just enter that into the into the standings. Also, there was a game that's going to be won by default, and it is going to be Phoenix Rebirth's second game. Wait, which other game hasn't been played yet? Oh yeah, right. It's the one that I had entered by accident. We're gonna have to basically protest to reset the scores. But yeah, hostile action. They're gonna have a free win. Phoenix Rebirth were not able to be present for that match. Which is quite unfortunate because Phoenix Rebirth now are going to be are going to be seeing a 0-4 scoreline. So basically, Arsenal Esports and Phoenix Rebirth, they're tied for the bottom place, and OnlyFans and Hostile Actions are going to be tied for first place.
If I'm not mistaken, the score was 6-8 MishMash Gaming, right?
It was, yes.
All right, perfect. I'm just doing the image right now.
Oh yes, because you have to post this on Twitter, guys.
Yes,
may I present to you? You're on that side. May I present to you our Twitter's guy, and he's doing a heck of a job. I mean,
Yeah.
it is not difficult to just sit there and post on Twitter, but you have to do it at the right time, at the right moment, and you have to be there as it happens. So, I mean, MishMash are, I believe, our only followers of the org's Twitter as of yet. By the way, has the lower third say animation work from time to time? Because we were looking at the game, I didn't see if it ran.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
I was looking at it, and it unfortunately didn't work.
Ah, that's unfortunate.